Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we are talking about all the wild stuff that happened in the first day of free agency for the Memphis Grizzlies. Tyus Jones returned. Kyle Anderson left. Ja Morant got paid 5 years, $193 million. Round of applause to the young man. Get your bread. And then also Tyus Jones, shout out. 2 years, $30 million. It's kind of a good deal. It's what he's worth, and it's great that he's coming back. Continuity seems to be the theme of this offseason. And the sad news. Jaren Jackson Jr. is out 4 to 6 months due to a stress fracture in his foot. He underwent surgery to repair it, and he's expected to make a full recovery. Shout out Woj for that. Now, I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of all these moves? Again, continuity, guys, seems to be the theme. And this is a Grizzlies team that also, via the draft, brought in Jake LaRabia, David Roddy, Kennedy Chandler, Vince Williams? Yeah. And Kenneth Lofton Jr. Ooh. Imagine if they get Kenneth Lofton Jr. to lose like 50 pounds. He'd be freaking solid. Even with the weight, he's good, but just imagine how much better he'd be. And this is a team that looks somewhat loaded. A team that could replicate the success that the Golden State Warriors had. But there's also questions now. Are they going to keep Dillon Brooks? Because they have made some moves to, move Dillon Brooks. There's been rumors that they were kind of frustrated with his inefficiency. I want to hear your opinions down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about that? Personally, I know I watch the Grizzlies, but you guys watch the Grizzlies and follow them like it's a heartbeat, most of you. So, do they want to give Zaire Williams those minutes? They also have Desmond Bane, who probably wants a bigger piece of the pie. And there's also guys who are younger that probably need some minutes. Maybe Aldama, somebody could argue. Or is it going to be something that, Tyus Jones getting paid? Obviously, he wants probably a bigger role, especially after Ja Morant coming out with injury, that he saw more minutes. So that's the other thing you have to assume. Does that mean maybe Dillon Brooks gets flipped for picks to open up cap space? I guess because they are over the cap now. But again, it is interesting, okay? Because his deal is expiring, so they could just get maybe a draft asset or a player. I don't even know. At this point, you just keep Dillon Brooks, right? And it's interesting to think about what they're going to do, because in the sense that they do have Danny Green now. So do they keep Danny Green? And I think they keep him. Maybe I'm hung up on this for way too long. And Jaren Jackson Jr., if he does miss the start, it's going to be fine. It actually helps them because Brandon Clark can get start. Then they can see what they have fully in Brandon Clark after the postseason. And as well as maybe see some Santi Aldama, who I think is going to be the steal of the draft. I said that. I pinned that on my Twitter. I literally love that guy from Loyola, Maryland. Shout out, that's like 20 minutes away from my house. I actually have a few friends who go there. Grew up near there. And they still have Killian Tilly. Xavier Tillman was awesome. Xavier Tillman was awesome his rookie year. He kind of lost minutes and we didn't really get to see him. You guys probably know why better. So, the thing is they have a bunch of guys to replace Kyle Anderson who just left. This is a team that, I really do think could be this year's, similar to the Golden State Warriors or even, the Atlanta Hawks from 2 years ago and go on a run. Okay? They have the pieces. You could argue maybe, if I'm not going to go back to Dillon Brooks, but Danny Green, could they flip him? I think they have to wait a certain amount of time, but before the season, they could flip him. I personally don't think they should trade anyone that, Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, Zaire Williams, Brandon Clark. I love John Conchar, but if they have to make the money work, I understand, but I would keep him. Desmond Bane, Aldama, and Tillman, I guess, you want to keep. I guess if anybody asks about Steven Adams, Dillon Brooks, Danny Green, Kelly and Tilly, you would go out there. And plus they have Jake LaRavia, who's going to come in and be able to fill in Kyle Anderson's role from day one. Kennedy Chandler might need some time. David Roddy, he could play a little bit, but you might need some time. And Vince Williams in the same thing. And Kenneth Lofton definitely needs some time. So I think they'll be fine, though.